So I'm going to have to pause that question because we have Pavel and Rafa going live right now. Here we go.
Fight.
And we're off on the start with Pavel there as he grabs that red armor. And I never know whether to call him Pavel or whether to call him Kook because, yeah. Either way, so the start here for Pavel has been pretty strong. I mean, it's a relatively even split start. I'm just going to jump over to Rafa here. We can see, yeah, both players pretty even split here. Rafa, he's going to just dive in for the engagement here. Beautiful play from Rafa. I love that, but it's actually going a bit pear-shaped here. Pulls out the lightning gun, pushes Pavel away, but the problem is that he's not going to be able to go for that red armor. But I love what he did there. He actually read that play on, like, from the shards onto the red really well. So well that he jumped, he knew, and he jumped from the shotgun. And that's how he prepared that attack. And I really like that. And he even finds the frag, catching Pavel, who after that fight really didn't know what to do or where to go. It looks like Rafa right now, with a good position on this rocket launcher, will be picking up more and more armor, making the life of Pavel very, very, very difficult. He's not going to be able to get too much here, even being denied. Oh, what a rail that was. Just a sidestep and just snaps the neck of Pavel with that rail there. And good rockets from Pavel, but he's not going to be able to stop Rafa from winning over this red armor, this mega health. And he just dives in front there. It looks like Rafa's making this just... This is just quite a schooling, in fact. Are you still with us, Meme?
Yeah, I'm trying to connect to the server. I just need the pass.
Ah, right. I see. So right now it's 3-0. And Rafa is looking really strong. And with almost 2 minutes played, Pavel has to try to find a way to slow this game down. Because so far, great reads from Rafa. Pavel's trying the aim card here with the railgun, is connecting one, pushing Rafa down, and he's going to get caught with that grenade out. That is not something you can do against Rafa, and that's going to be another frag to the American, the QuakeCon champion of 2013, landing more insane shots there on Pavel. It's 4-0. It's probably soon to be 5-0. This is just a stomping ground right now. And Rafa is looking to get this next red armor. He's so good at maintaining control, like by understanding exactly where the opponent is, and that's so difficult to do because it can be kind of risky because it's reliant upon reads. But Rafa's reads are so he understands how to analyze the information given to him so well that he can just make those reads with confidence that it's fact, even though he hasn't seen it with his own eyes.
Alright, so I just arrived in 2 minutes 30 in and I see a 200-200 Rafa with 4 frags. Yeah, I don't know, this really looks unstoppable, and even here now he did a lot of damage, but again, it's one of those fights where there is a red just right after that.
Yep.
Yellow spawning. Good bit of damage there, and it's a question of, you know, will Rafa control the position of Pavel? No, actually not. Pavel manages to go to the upper.
I'm coining the term, by the way, redundant damage for those situations where it looks like someone did loads of damage, but actually it doesn't mean anything. No implications. I'm coining the term.
Yeah, it's very true. And I think the main problem now is Pavel doesn't really have the weapon, so very good stream of damage there.
That was really strong, yeah. Oh, yeah. Heavy implications for that. He heard the scream as well, so Pavel should be able to realize with some confidence what that means. He knows now he can push his way onto items he previously couldn't do, and if he still has a mega health time, this could be the turning point for the Russian Pavel there. So can he do it though? I'm going to switch over to Pavel, see if he can actually grab the mega. He does. He grabs the mega, and he's on the warpath now. Can he find Rafa? That is the question. He's set up over at the red. So it looks like Pavel's just going to... He has basically control of the map, but a great little ambush from Rafa there, jumping out with that lightning gun. He may even finish him off, but not quite. But he did just completely remove everything he had. So that was just quite impressive there from Rafa. So well timed.
Yeah, it was very nice. I don't know if you were on Rafa's POV when that happened, but he was basically next to the shard, just waiting, and you could really see that he just went out at the perfect time. He knew Pavel had the perfect timing of red and would jump at that moment. So beautifully done there, because it basically reset the game. The stacks of the two players now is equal. They both have all the weapons that they need, and it's just a matter of positioning now. Rafa is waiting below. Whoa, and he's very lucky. Well, he would have survived with 1 point of health even if the rail hit him, but it's still lucky for him to not get damaged there. The question for me is who's gonna get the next mega? And I would, by the look of it, I would say it's probably Pavel. He's in position already, and he has the better stack. So Rafa is just looking for doing a bit of damage, maybe possibly slow down the game. And yeah, stack up with the yellows and then see for a new opportunity to do a lot of damage as he did before.
And through the teleporter, he does go. He traverses as he does spot Rafa as well, and a bit of lightning gun exchange from both players, but Pavel's no closer to actually finding a frag as Rafa does evade ever elusive the American champion. And Pavel is got his feet set firmly on the positioning of that mega health. He's going to be able to pick that up, and he needs to try to deny the time being picked up by Rafa there, but there is a rocket jump up, position over red. It's like Pavel's doing everything right here from a control perspective, but he needs to find the frags. That's what Rafa's done to him. He's put him in this spot, and look at that. Beautiful. It even catches Rafa off guard. You can see it quite clearly, but doesn't find the finishing blow, which is what he really needs. Blood Run. It's about hitting the finishing shots. That's what it is about, because you can escape, you can survive forever. So when you do spot that opponent, you've got to be able to finish them off. Otherwise, it can result in losses.
But look, I still feel like Rafa won the last exchange, because like he did a bit more damage, and then he managed to look at the damage here.
Wow, that was clutch.
Wow.
Pavel. And what was impressive about that fight was how well Rafa read it. He had less stack, but he realized that Pavel, from like a tactical position, oh, great rockets there from Pavel to punish Rafa. But Rafa realized that if he just dropped to that point with the lightning gun, his damage would be so efficient, and Pavel would be unable to trade it back, that he'd get a massive lead in the stack. And you saw Pavel had to hit two rails in a row, and he got pushed onto the Mega in the fight to survive it. And he had to hit really ridiculous shots to actually get a kill there. So you can see how strong of a play that was for Rafa, because Pavel had to play, basically, he had to do everything right. There was no mistake to be made, otherwise he would have died. So Rafa, he's always making plays like this. And look, forcing Pavel to a hard decision. That spot, so bad for Pavel. And Rafa makes it look easy.
I mean, really, why did Pavel do this?
I don't know. Maybe he was afraid he would get locked out of both red and mega, so he wanted to just risk it. Because that would have been what would have happened if Rafa would have gotten both big items. And he's behind.
There was no way that Rafa would take mega, right? Pavel had mega, and Rafa had to jump for the red. So this was the opportunity for Pavel to try to do damage there. But like teleporting and I don't know. It just feels very
it
weird.
is strange he went through the teleporter, definitely. Because that is him just giving himself terrible positioning for no reason that can be easily understood. Either way.
This is nice. Oh, beautiful. Look at how Rafa immediately decide, okay, I'm gonna rocket jump and surprise Pavel on the other side of the map. And the timing just worked, because he managed to enter the room when Pavel didn't expect it, and did a lot of damage. These are the little things you see from these top players when they take this decision instantly, and and it's just all about messing up with the reading of the other player.
And so far we've seen, I think, Pavel catch Rafa off guard once, and Rafa has caught Pavel off guard, I think, multiple times, like probably 4 times, just putting Pavel in a really poor spot where he couldn't understand that was going to happen, basically. Rafa just did something that Pavel could not predict, and he's also been providing like really sick aim as well. I mean, Rafa's really connecting, and that's not necessarily something that's incredibly familiar. You don't tend to associate Rafa with a great raw ability for execution in that way, but I actually felt like that match he showed just a really strong raw kind of sense of aiming there. It was very strong with the lightning gun and with the rails. So very convincing first map victory there in this best of 3 against Pavel from Rafa. So after that, what just happened to Pavel, I mean, Rafa just outclassed him. Is there any other way to put it than that?
Yeah, but I feel like it's not like a hopeless cause, in a sense. It's not like Pavel did his best and then Rafa just crushed him. It's more like I have the feeling like Pavel did not really play the best. Like there were some mistakes here and there that maybe he can just go back and look at and try to fix. I don't know. Do you really have the feeling this was the top of Pavel?
I don't. I honestly don't. But at the same time, I feel like Rafa made it very difficult for Pavel to have the breathing room to really get into his Pavel gears, so to say. So, I don't know, because the first minutes was so dominant from Rafa. I think it threw Pavel completely off his game. And off of this start, Rafa's probably getting what he could consider the ideal start. He gets mega positioning the rockets, good damage. He can have the choice of what to do there. And Pavel's getting thrown around left and right at the red armor. And now Rafa's picked up that lightning gun, that key weapon here. And he's going to commit with the rockets. And the clutch rail is connected by Pavel. Good start for the Russian there.
Yeah, that was really nice. I liked how Pavel kept the machine gun out at the beginning. And I'm not sure whether Rafa fell for the trap, because he went closer and then Pavel switched to LG, which allowed it to do quite some damage. But here now Rafa gets the first frag. He gets the Mega right afterwards. There is like 10 seconds to all the armors, which is probably good for Rafa because it gives him the ability to really go around the map, position himself better. I don't think this is a situation you want to be, like, if you're Pavel. This looks like a horrible...
Wow, that was a really brave fight from Rafa, just dropping straight in onto red. I think many people would have just sat on position, but Rafa decided that his damage could have been more efficiently dealt by just getting close with the rockets, which is really interesting choice, and it did work.
I think it was a weapon advantage decision. Like, he knew that without LG, Pavel could not really defend too much, and eventually just had rockets, so he stormed in, he did a lot of damage, he went back. I don't know, it felt like a risk that Rafa could take. It wasn't requiring Rafa to hit like, you know, 70% accuracy or anything like that.
And so far, Rafa's 3-1, and we have to remember that this is a map which Rafa has quite the affinity for, as some have seen him play perfect, or some could claim to be close to perfect games of this. And look at that catching Pavel with some great lightning gun there, capitalizing massively on that rocket jump. And now Rafa just brutalizing Pavel off the spawn, and he's surely soon to die there, as he is so low after that damage. And Rafa with only one rail left, but that's all he needs, and he should soon pick up some more, as the red is about to spawn, and he can drop on it, on the rail there, and also on the red, but not before doing quite a nice lick of lightning gun there onto Pavel once again, finishing it off with the rail. Man. It's just ABC for Rafa right now on Toxicity.
I have to say this feels like Killzone versus Fast on this map, because yeah, again, what can, it's not like, I have to say it's not like Pavel is doing something wrong at the moment, but it's more like Rafa is not doing anything wrong and he's just dominating. Look, even perfect timing for the kill here.
And again, this is like the example of the case that can be made against this map into map pools. This is the big thing. This is, if you're wondering, you've seen all the controversy. Oh, that's a beautiful combo there. But if you've seen the controversy over this map, it's for that reason. It's hard. But look at those rockets from Pavel coming back to Cosmonaut, but not able to make it happen. And he's going to pick up the Mega. So it's like nothing ever happened. And there is the red. And if Rafa gets the clean frag, he does. He gets the red as well. And Pavel's just, he throws out the question mark. He's like, I don't even know, man. And he is starting to type. And of course, you know, Rafa's not C for you. I don't know. Not exactly sure what he meant there. Maybe he couldn't see Rafa. I don't know what he meant. What do you think not C for you means?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he was not seeing him and still got the damage. Yeah, whatever it was.
Anyway,
it's also nice to see how Rafa doesn't get affected by this. Like, he's gonna push on the gas and just make frags after frags. And if you want to stop and type, well, it's your trouble.
Exactly, that is the competition mindset. If someone presses ready, that's like signing the waiver. You know, I'm giving you permission to do whatever you want to me in the arena. And if you stop to type, that's got nothing to do with Rafa. There's no reason why you shouldn't keep getting frags. That is like that level of focus. We've got to remember that Rafa is the most successful player in Quake Live, and he has been so dominant because of his ability for just winning and just having insane focus, having such an ability when it comes to like really performing when it counts. And it's because of the way he thinks, the way he approaches things. So it's always worth it to look at the way Rafa does things, the way he thinks about the game, to really try to deconstruct what makes him like one of the best Quake Live players of all time.
Yeah, it's definitely that. Yeah, and I guess now we are about to hit the halfway mark of the map. And so far, it was really about Rafa. Now, let's see whether this is enough. I mean, Mega is up, so finally... this is horrible for him. I mean, Rafa just gets another frag, and... Yeah, I mean, it's so difficult. It's just so difficult for Pavel to do anything.
He does have Rafa fairly low at the moment, so this could be an opportunity. He just would hit some rails, but the red is up on the spot and the plasma is pushing Pavel away. So now Rafa's, I mean, that small window of opportunity is perhaps eliminated by that pickup of the red. And now Rafa's in a poor position, does take some damage from the LG, but that rail does save him. And that's going to be Rafa now with a lot more advantage than he previously had. And Pavel, once again, he's going to be screaming because he just can't seem to find any way to deal with this. I mean, how do you deal with this? I don't know if there is even an answer for that.
Yeah. No, I was saying before, it was again one of those problems, like Pavel could have done something, but he didn't have the weapons. He only had the rail and the rockets. I mean, rail could have worked in a sense, but there was this plasma stream coming, so in the end he had at 40 health. So that's why he had to back off. And then after that, Rafa just gained more and more. Wow, this was very close. Okay, finally a frag now. Why?
Oh
Pavel
no.
Gone for... No. This is a big mistake, I think. It should have gone for Mega immediately and then probably try to go to red or do some damage, but renouncing to Mega like that, it might be very costly. I mean, at the moment it's still working.
Wow. And this is the thing, I mean, he may get some frags, but he's so low every time, and Rafa can just get a lot of space to do whatever he wants off the spawns, and that's really the problem. I mean, Pavel, what can he do? This is so bad for Pavel. He may even want to just go and die because he can't do anything. I mean, he's going to die, and all the time that he's not doing anything, that he's passive, Rafa's getting stuff. And Pavel can't do anything because he's so low. So it's, again, one of those situations where it might just be better to die. And now Pavel's going to be putting the LG onto Rafa, but Rafa's just too strong. And spinning around there, I wonder if he has quite a lot of excel.
I wonder if Pavel knew that Rafa had LG. Rafa picked it up from the corpse of Pavel. So that's why maybe he picked that kind of fight. Because in terms of the stock, I don't think it was necessarily advantageous for Pavel to really sustain that. But yeah, nonetheless, nice, really. I mean, it's 14 frags now. It looks like a very difficult call.
He's close to 60% rail as well as Rafa. He's definitely connecting very, very well. And it's something that you see a lot on Toxicity with Rafa, that he's able to hit a lot of rail. And I'm still of the mind that it's because he understands. It's like not about aim, it's about positioning. It's like, oh well, this is a shot that I can take because I have such good positioning here. That's what it feels like to me. Like he's not even concerned whether it hits or not. Like he's not thinking about aiming or anything. It's just, oh, this is about positioning actually. And that's where he finds all of his rails. Yeah. And if he misses those rails, it's not really consequential. There's not a huge amount of pressure if he misses all these rails. So I often see him hitting high percentages on Toxicity, more so than other maps with the rail for Rafa.
By the way, this is the best speed of control that Pavel had in the whole map, I think. It was maybe the first time where he managed to have more than 100 health for like 20 seconds. So he could actually do something here if he reads well his opponent. This is yeah, you see, this is something that Rafa does in this kind of situations. He knows that he's gonna give away a frag, and then just remove so much stock from Pavel that now, you know, even if Pavel wins now the next fight, what's the point? I mean, he has 20 health. No way you can keep doing lots of frags.
The long-term implications like massively favor Rafa again, because then Pavel has to be passive for ages, and I think that's a situation where to outplay Rafa, you have to immediately die. You could even consider just killing yourself. I mean, I think there is argument in some spots to just get the rocket out. If you've got 10 HP left, just get the health back by respawning. because that, like you say, Rafa's counting on the fact that you can't do anything after that fight, so that he can get full roam of the map. So if you appear with a fresh spawn, fresh health, that's going to be more even footing against Rafa. So it's like a way, maybe like that could be like a meta game thing almost. But I don't think I'm not sure if we're quite in that area really where it's something you'd consider. So either way, it's going to be an easy victory there for Rafa against Pavel. Somewhat expected that it would be a victory, maybe not so much quite as convincing as it was, especially on Blood Run. So who knows? But either way, that's going to be Rafa through to the semi-finals. So the semi-finals look to be very promising. I think we may do Kilson and Kula next. We'll have to see. But okay, actually, we're going to do Rafa first. We'll go to another Rafa game. So we'll see Rafa, more Rafa, Rafa after this break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, guys. Stay tuned.